Welcome to the Man United stream. Hope you're doing well. We've got huge breaking news, and it's to do with, of course, Victor Gyökeres. This is turning into the big summer transfer saga. We did not want a transfer saga, but it looks like we're going to get one. Honestly, Man United and transfer sagas are the worst thing ever. I hate this kind of transfer. Why can't we do transfers like Man City? Just under the radar, boom, here we go, and it's announced. They've signed 4 outstanding players, and we can't even get one over the line. Seriously. And then you got Liverpool who've signed and sealed Wirtz without any drama. So why are we the ones who are always embroiled in drama? And it looks like this Gyökeres deal has just turned a U-turn, complete 360 on what it was looking like a few days ago. A few days ago, we reported that Gyökeres looked like set to join Man United. But all of a sudden, there's a massive spanner in the works, and it is coming from Sporting themselves. Yes, Sporting, a club that we've had very good relationships with. We've always done well with them, negotiated well with them. They've never really pulled our pants down. Look, we had Bruno Fernandes come from there. They've not ripped us off like other clubs have, but they are now sticking to their valuation on Gyökeres, which is near the 100 million mark, not the 50 million mark that we were first talking about. Now, we heard that Gyökeres had agreed for Sporting not to put a huge valuation on him, and Sporting agreed. It was something to do with a handshake or something. His agent in the room agreed that Sporting will not enforce a huge valuation on him and will let him go, which sounded weird in the first instance. I mean, I must admit, when I first heard this, I did think, wait up, are Sporting stupid? Like, really? They've got one of the best strikers in Europe right now. He scored, I think, the most goals any striker did in Europe last year. So why would they sell him for next to nothing? Of course, the 50 million was never going to be the price tag. I think it was always around 80 million plus. And we got carried away. We, meaning the press, got carried away. The likes of Fabrizio Romano and the rest got carried away. They're still carried away because they're still saying that this deal is going to be likely done. Now, I'm still sticking by what I feel. I feel gut instinct from what I've seen and who I spoke to. I think United are going to try and sign him. Will they be able to compete, however, with the valuation and with other clubs who might reach that valuation? And if that is the case, I don't think United will. I've said it to you before. If Arsenal or any other club join in the race to sign Gyökeres, United will have to give up. And that is the state of affairs we're in right now, because United haven't got that budget. Right now, even Gyökeres' deal was always up in debate because they have to sell their players like Sancho, like Rashford, like Anthony, to get them funds in to go out there and buy a new striker. And United realistically wanted someone on the cheap, someone like Delap, someone of that caliber. Let's be honest, we were never gonna, if someone asked us before the transfer window, do you think you'd sign Gyökeres? Most of us, 90% of the Man United fans would have said we will not be signing Gyökeres. However, then we started getting all these rumours about how United have done business, they've got some money, and they'll probably go in for Gyökeres as well. It was all high, positive thoughts, but suddenly the reality's hit home, and right now we're going to get priced out of this deal. It looks like even though Gyökeres wants to move to United, wants United as his preferred destination, if United cannot put up the money, he's not going to come to United. Simple as. If Sporting do not agree a deal with United, he will not be moving to United. He'll have to go wherever Sporting sell him. Of course, he has some input to it, but realistically, not as much as we think he has. And well, this puts the whole transfer up in arms. But we've got some positive news coming out from Fabrizio Romano a few hours ago saying, calm down everybody, calm down. Yes, there's a bit of a dispute with the valuation. Yes, there's some discussions going on between the player and the club, and they're not too pleased with what's going on. However, United are still in the driving seat. United have sat there and waiting to see what comes out of the discussions between the player's agent and Sporting. So they're waiting, hence why they've been in discussions with the player, keeping tabs on the situation, but haven't been able to agree anything with Sporting because they're waiting for a final valuation. Transfers are done completely different to how they used to be done, where clubs would make offers left, right and centre until they got somewhere near. Nowadays, what clubs do is they already have an idea of what the club as the starting point is on the valuation, and then they start the negotiations. Without that starting point of evaluation, clubs do not want to go in there and waste their time and start negotiating when they don't know how close they could be to an agreement. If United are saying 50 million and Sporting want 100 plus million, United probably will not go in there with an offer. But if they're close enough and there's something to be negotiated and add-ons and so forth, and Sporting will say, look, we will agree something around 70 million, I think the deal will get done for about 70 million. Anything more than that, and I think United will probably start looking elsewhere. There's other strikers available right now in the market. We're talking about Victor Osimhen and others. I think United will have to start considering other options if this Gyökeres deal does not take place in the next couple of weeks. It is touch and go right now. Still positive that this will get done. Still hearing positive vibes from the players' side. Still hearing positive signs from United. So let's wait and see. Of course, all transfers are currently on hold because of this World Cup football going on. We're going to see what happens there. Hopefully that finishes quick as possible so United can start doing their business again. It's going to be big news coming your way as and when we get it. So make sure you hit the like button on this video. Make sure you subscribe. You're watching the Man United Stream channel by the fans for the fans.